Okay, I guess we're ready to do this. Ogre of Sif. That would be a Gamma Funk choice. I have not done a Vey. I assume Vey is not worth many points, is it? Alright, this is usually how 125 for Sif. Yep. Not sure if I can really win this super fast is the problem. But maybe that doesn't have to be such an issue. Uh-oh. Wow, look how good this guy is. My AE early game, I haven't won all that many. That's one of the, definitely my least experienced Elementalist. Static discharge is really good. It's useful all through layer. Swift could be useful, but... Oh, I have 4. Oh, but I'm not Exoth. Okay, so I can go ahead and memorize Swift now. I guess I can just hit these guys. Uh-oh. How do I want to take this guy? Do I want to take him in kind of like, don't really want to go a big two-handed weapon, I think. Yeah, if I did Sif, I would definitely just go with magic. They are just -1, aren't they? They are pretty good with doing some significant melee, at least. gonna take int. Mace's aptitude is fine. Notice it's not affecting my game. I'm an ogre mage. I'm not just a melee brute. I could have chose maces, and I would have been very strong. But I didn't. I had another choice. Imagine that. Choices in a video game. Oh crap. I really should have. Whoa. Not sure how I feel about fighting Terrence with his weapon of drain. What does that mean? Pre-game choices? What is it? How does that have to do with pre-game? If I make the choice on the menu, or if I make the choice before I see the menu. Oh shit, man. Gotta be careful about just tabbing things. I do have a lot of HP, but I have no defenses. This is pretty good though. Shock is not too bad. Enchanted dagger. Gozag's Platinum Reserve. Whoa. That's wow. Man, that amulet though. My goodness. Kinda hard to get all the gold for that one. But that ring, the R Poison RFRCRN ring. We're gonna fix that, Sally Roses, don't you worry. We're gonna fix it. They're still gonna be good polearm users, but I like the approach that like hill orcs and deep dwarfs do a little bit more than I like the approach that old ogres and merfolk use and current merfolk do. That's right, Technomancer, fix, as in improve. Let's put these on the list, but they are so expensive. That ring is pretty sick and theoretically affordable, but not really worth that much gold. Static discharge. Yo, T-Fizzle. I know Lasty has his eye on fixing that merfolk aptitude. I don't know what specific plans he would like to do though. We don't want it all to be like every species is like, every species with like a weapon focus is just, you know, +2, the others +1 or something like that. So it has nothing to do with it being a better choice than others. It has everything to do with one choice being so absurd that there is no choice. You know, hill orcs still have a better aptitude in axes than other weapons, but they don't feel stupid for going anything other than axes. Some people way overvalue axes in the first place, so they would never ever choose anything other than axes, but that's sort of an issue with how axes work. Identify. He's throwing stones at me. Rip your favorite species. You're a favorite species. But I haven't heard what Lasty, he was the one who's been talking about that a lot, and I know the rest of us feel similarly that their aptitude is too extreme, but also if it's to be changed, it has to be in a way that feels good. Crapper. What am I gonna do? I don't really want to melee somebody with axes and heavy armor. Nice. Their aptitudes, are they pretty flat weapons, or are they really... I only ever remember the polearms, because again, why would you ever do anything else? Yeah. Long blades, really? That is an interesting one. Maces need a reason. Maces have a very good, if you're an experienced crawl player, many of us, not all of us like maces, but many of us really like maces a lot, actually, HD Willy. Maces are great because the top tier maces are very good, the two-handers are very good, and even a thing like a Demon Whip is fairly common and not too hard to get. Evening Stars are pretty tough to get, but maces with good egos that drop early are very, very common. And that's why they're really popular. If you actually look at the stats for wins, you'll see maces very, very well represented. They don't have any problem with popularity. I like great maces a lot. They're great. They live up to their name. They're very comfortable killing things all the way through Zot 5. You know, you want them enchanted and you want a decent ego, but it's easy to get one to that point. And yeah, giant clubs and giant spike clubs are amazing. Third best weapon type. Long blades sort of changed it up a little bit with adding riposte. Polearms are clearly just the best. I would probably, I mean, if you actually factor in getting a long blade, for me, it can be difficult to get a top tier two-handed long blade, unfortunately, and that for me is what just kind of lowers their quality. They are a really fun weapon class. They tend to have pretty good egos. They're just it's really hard to find a triple sword, unfortunately. Yeah, Evening Stars are fine. They're hard to find, and unfortunately they're kind of inferior to Demon Whips. But I don't really like one-handed. I try to do two-handed whenever possible. There are characters like where I definitely want a shield or something, like maybe Centaurs, Nagas. It's not so bad, but I also don't play too many of those. Okay, I've been staring at Terrence for feels like 20 minutes now. How are we going to take care of you? I actually don't have a great sense for how much damage all this does. I do have haste, so I can outrun him if things go poorly. I already ID'd, right? Yes, I did. Good. Well, he might... This is not doing much to... I don't have enough MP left, really. I don't want to waste a haste pot person, but I also don't have a way... He's just not going to die. He really loves his stones, though. He's a huge fan of those stones. Old Terrence and his stones. Remove curse, then the nice, yeah. We'll leave that on for now, since Axes are not the top. Jeez. Polearms are, like, actually way better. I'm talking not here, I'm just talking, like, in a, you know, non-subjective, like, winning the game sense. Not in any challenge conditions, not in any sense of, like, just fun. Like, fun is very subjective. A lot of people love axes for all sorts of reasons. I'm just talking about, like, for winning. And not in any kind of speed run setting, not assuming you have vamp or anything like that. Yeah, polearms master race. Well said, BS Ben. Well said. That's pretty much the problem with axes in a nutshell, is that they're worse. They're like the worst weapon class for 1v1, and there are some situations when it's okay to be relatively surrounded. People even overrate how much you want to be surrounded with vamp. Like, it is true you can get some more healing with vamp by being more and more surrounded, but it's not actually true that you want to maximize how much you're surrounded when you have that ego. Again, just talking in terms of winning. The things that you're vamping from weren't really much of a threat in the first place, but even then, like, you have to actually get vamp for that discussion to be relevant. Staves are very good. Logitongs, I guess if you're being objective about it, the rarity is an issue. I mean, you have to find a Logitong, and how are you going to find it? You can't guarantee that you're going to get acquirement all that early. You may not be worshipping a gift-giving god, a weapon-gifting god. They are a superlative weapon, I absolutely agree, but it's kind of the issue is a little bit availability. Agnes always delivers. Wow. That's some optimism right there. Don't get Agnes your game, that's alright. Quit. Start over until you get Agnes. Agnes, aka Scroll of Weapon acquirement. Obviously, I'm highly on track for winning this game in 5 hours, given how much I'm chatting. It's going to be a new world time. This is going to be a real-time record. I'm going to finish this game in 25 minutes, and I'm going to take the record. That is true, ManMan, but your odds of acquirement are very good for the other classes as well. I don't think that's going to push it over the over the edge. I do think that people are right to point out Logitongs as being very, very good, but you do have to find one. And yeah, quarterstaves are a good weapon, but they're they're 10 base damage. There's a lot of weapon classes that have better than 10 base damage weapons, many of which are, one-handed, so not saying that staves are bad, but listing them as the top weapon class, I don't know. Doesn't seem like it would be correct to me. Uh-oh. Siggy, please. Chaos. I only have 5 MP. What is... Oh, I know this vault. I merged this vault relatively recently. I remember. It's actually just a goblin vault. It's not supposed to... Sigmund... Uniques are kind of special. They can actually just get placed. They're placed through a vault, but it's a special vault placement that can place inside of other vaults. Since their vault is usually just a single tile with them on it, it doesn't really matter. Oh. Well, in a vacuum doesn't... I mean, what does that mean? I'm talking like as a class to choose at the start of the game, more or less. Based on what's going to generate. That's fine, but battle axes are not that good. They're not good compared to like also common, you know, two-handed maces, also common two-handed polearms. Whoops. Hi, Sig. Yeah, I don't think there's really a substantial difference for any of the weapon classes in terms of acquirement being a factor that makes you rate one class better than one weapon type better than another. Got you. Got you, Terrence. Same argument against battle axes can be made. I don't think it can, actually. For a glaive is a reach weapon, and battle axe is, yeah, glaive is a strictly superior weapon. It even has better accuracy. It's got the same delay profile, and it has reach. So glaive is already better, you know, I'm not saying substantially better or anything, but wow, Adder. You're winning this fight. Congratulations. I think a lot of people play with their playstyle in mind when making these arguments, and most of us make pretty non-optimal choices when choosing weapons. Some of us care about it a little bit more so. People who play faster and faster in their runs tend to kind of prefer axes more because it just helps. Oh my goodness. Look at what it is. Wow. I've never seen a masterpiece like this before. Look at it. What a genius design. Look at these plants. Look at the statue placement. Simply epic. Ivory double sword. What a beautiful vault, Peter McNeater says. Genuinely. I will go in, but I'm gonna finish the level first. Hopefully I'll die in it. I'm actually not really super sure. Well, I already have elect stuff, but I don't need elect stuff. Oh yeah, that's right, they resist elect anyway, it wouldn't do me any good. Wow, these worms are not that easy to kill. Oh, by the way, airstrike. Oh, we got airstrike up in this. I totally forgot about that change. Hello. Can't really cast airstrike at those, but it would probably it might not. No, I didn't say our elect UV. I'm saying I have elect stuff, as in I have electricity spells, meaning that I already have ranged attacks. However, I forgot that they have our elect, so at least I'm pretty sure they have our elect. They should. Yeah, they're immune to elect damage, so it wouldn't have helped. But yeah, the Wand of Flame is obviously amazing against them, so. This Ellie. Kind of tempting. No, you won't always. It's just that most dangerous fights, you have that option. If you decide, it's kind of a, how non-optimal do you play in your game? If you play pretty non-optimal, you're gonna like axes more. If you are like me, who's somebody who just does tend to worry about Los and lure people back, you're gonna like maces more, or other weapons that are higher base damage. because axes were specifically designed to be worse 1v1, and that's how most of the dangerous fights happen. So yeah, there are situations where you're going to be fighting multiple, but they're typically not dangerous in a way that I care about. So I just have no reason to prefer axes. They're faster real time. They're good for, they're better for turn count. They reward certain kinds of non-optimal play, and so those are reasons for people to choose them, and they're in the game essentially for that. Wow, it's fault again. Well, this guy. These scrolls. Oh shit, this key. Uh-oh. Might just lure this back. Being overly cautious probably, but you know what? Oh, I didn't realize. I'm not actually connected. I'm gonna have to go into black to... Hopefully we don't get screwed. I don't think I can take this guy out with just shock, point blank range. Oh, that's right, Siggy's here. Oh, nice. Does that not factor in runes? I forget, I haven't really looked carefully. So if I do a turn count run for 15, isn't it going to be worth more? I guess there's the fact that it's also a 15 rune, but I'm wondering if it would help to lower turn count for 15. I probably don't want to try to do that too much. Oh wait, we can put this on. Yeah, is the high score, it's just based on points, isn't it? That's right, those are separate categories, I kind of forgot. Well, I'm probably not going to do any kind of like turn count or real-time attempt again for 3 runes, so I guess it's pretty irrelevant. Pretty irrelevant. Good, amulet. Good. Very good. What? Are you serious, dude? Ridiculous. Okay. That was not well done. I probably should have done static discharge first.